Okay guys, so yesterday I showed you how I curled my hair and I brushed it out. I brushed it out yesterday and then I braided my hair and I wore it like that all day. So I basically curled my hair yesterday for nothing because I ended up tying it up just as usual. That's what always happens. And this is exactly why when you catch me in the street, you probably won't recognize me because I always have my hair tied up. Always. It's always in a braid, always like in a bun or in a ponytail. So right now I'm going to put it up because I'm going to be talking to you guys about how I keep my hair healthy. Um, just like what I do, what I don't do. Hi. Hi. And I'm going to tell you guys just what I have been doing with my hair uh, while I do my little arm workout. So right now I'm just gonna braid it. Typically when I go to the gym, this is actually, I'm gonna show you what I do when I go to the gym, okay? So I always have two hair ties because my hair is pretty heavy. And what I do is I flip it and I will tie it like here, like this, right? And my hair is pretty heavy, so I have to be really careful not to let it pull too much on my scalp because that's how you lose hair, okay? Where you get little bald spots. And then I just, as I'm twisting it, I'm also wrapping it like this, very gently. And then I take the other rubber band or hair tie and I will just kind of put it in place to hold my hair. So it's kind of like holding it diagonal, and see how it's all crazy like this, usually at the gym. I don't care, but if I know I'm going to take pictures or something, I'll just kind of try to adjust it. And this is like my typical gym look. Not very cute. So just today, since I'm going to wear it in a ponytail, I'm going to put two ponytail holders or elastics or hair ties in my hair, and that will support the weight of my hair. So let me start off by saying that one of the first things that I get as a comment about my hair is like, what kind of products are you using? How are you treating your hair so that it can stay long and it can stay healthy? Like, what are you doing? And this is going to be the fourth video on YouTube that I've made about this, although the third one I think I deleted, and the, yeah, I think I only have two of them up right now. So, okay, so one of the first things that I do not do to my hair is I don't get it cut very often. So right now I think I am down to maybe like once a year or once every 6 months, maybe, if that. I don't trim it, I don't cut it. I used to trim it a little bit more often, but I stopped, especially during the pandemic. I just kind of like just let my hair be. So, but you might be thinking, okay, well, you are not trimming it, but it's being damaged while it's growing, right? And it's like, no. What I do is I'm very gentle about how I brush it. Like very, very careful with how I wash it. And what that means is I'm not aggressive, or I don't pull on my hair. Uh, so the other thing is that I'm currently washing my hair maybe like once or twice a week, and just brushing, continuing to brush the oils down from my scalp into the ends of my hair. And heat, I'm only using heat once a week. You guys saw me use it yesterday, and obviously the curl did not stay in my hair, but there's none of like the natural wave that I used to have like when I first washed my hair, so it looks kind of done. There's a little bit of frizz to it. Um, the other thing that I do not do to it is I don't dye it. So meaning I don't darken it, I don't lighten it. It's just the natural color. And so far, I don't know why. I really don't have an answer for this because I don't want to take a guess, but I have no white hairs. I should have them by now. Uh, I've heard that it has a lot to do with certain foods that will help increase the pigmentation that your body naturally produces for the hair. And if you want to Google that, you can. There's like a whole list of foods, but as you can probably imagine, it's probably going to be a whole bunch of whole foods, which is foods that come from the earth. Let's see, I have a lot of white hairs. I look like a skunk at times. Oh, you're wise. Don't call yourself a skunk, call yourself wise. I think another thing that makes a difference is what I'm doing right now. Like, this is actually letting out a lot of stress in my body as I'm pushing. I'm like struggling. I'm literally sweating right now. And all the stress that I have in me is being pushed out through the weights. What am I stressed out about right now? I don't know, but I've been working out forever. Let me see. Also, I don't know if you guys were here for my live yesterday, but I have changed my life completely, where everything that used to cause me stress has been removed. Relationships, bills, jobs, coworkers, anything that was causing me stress, a messy house, although right now I have a little bit of a mess, but anything that causes me stress, I work toward removing it and replacing it with something better. So one of my biggest stressors back in the day was work. I really loved my job, but there was a lot of pressure. There was a lot of pressure and hardly any free time for me. And so I removed that, or I was actually vomited out of that job, but I feel like I manifested that because I, for a long time, would daydream about not having that job. So even though I was removed, I feel like it's my fault. Like I programmed my subconscious to make it happen for me. And that does happen in life. I don't know if that's ever happened to you, but I feel like the more you resist making a change that is necessary, but you're still daydreaming about it, like you want it to happen, the more like the universe will conspire to get you to that point. Okay, so back to my hair. You guys saw me applying oil into my hair yesterday, and as you guys know, I said it, I don't do it very often, so I don't like to say that that's the reason why, but it definitely helps. The other thing is I drink water every day. I have like my gallon of water. I try to do half a gallon to 1 gallon, and it just depends on the day and how I'm feeling. Whole foods are a big part of my life. I have a quick story to tell you guys. So on Sunday, I had to take a long drive, and usually I carry my food with me, but I was invited to dinner, and so I didn't have my food, and then last minute plans changed, and so now I'm left with no food, no dinner, and I have to resort to fast food. Okay, so if you know me, you know, like I would rather not eat fast food, and I don't mean to sound like a snob, but I've gotten so used to treating my body to whole foods that fast food it's just not appetizing to me anymore. It's literally like asco, you know? So I had to resort to fast food, which was, at the time, I decided to get myself a couple of cheeseburgers from McDonald's. And let me tell you that when I ate those cheeseburgers, whew, I had not had one of those since I was probably 19, I think. I don't know. It's been a while. let me tell you that McDonald's cheeseburger was so freaking delicious. And I ate it up. I ate the second one because you know I got the 2-for-1. And my body was like, oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for nourishing us. The next day, this was bloated. I feel like I'm still kind of bloated, like I'm still paying for it, even though it was on Sunday and we're now, what, Wednesday? And I'm still paying for it. Then, the next day I was bloated. The day after that, I woke up with a big pimple right here. And then the day after that, woke up with another one here and then here. So I'm like all broken out. So I'm like, wow, it's crazy how there are people who eat this like every single day. I ate it and this is how it affected me already. So if that's the case, how does healthy and whole foods affect everything about you? Your skin, your hair, your nails, the aging process, like how does it affect it if you think about it, you know? So I know that one of the reasons why I am reaping the benefits of healthy hair is because of the whole foods that I am eating. If you need to eat fast food, go to A&W. They have a Beyond Burger without the cheese and mayonnaise. Yes, I do agree with that it is best to look for the healthiest alternatives. But let me tell you something about Beyond Meat that is the reason why I avoid it. And I shouldn't even be eating any fast food at all. Beyond Meat is extremely high in sodium. And of course, you know, if you work out and you sweat a lot, you need sodium. Sodium's not bad, but it's the high levels that are detrimental to your youthful appearance. And for me, when I eat a lot of sodium, I wake up with my face very puffy and I feel very bloated. I retain a lot more water than usual. And so for me, it's better to just always have my food with me. I learned my lesson on Sunday. I decided no more relying on people who are saying, let's go to dinner. You know what? I have so much time. I should always have my food with me. I should always have my snacks with me. If I go to dinner, then I can carry a non-perishable healthy snack with me that I can just have. And that's what I should have done. I've been doing this for so long, I should have known better. But I didn't do it. Now, does that mean that I should feel bad or that I should make myself, punish myself in some way? No, absolutely not. That's not what it means at all. It just means I learned my lesson and I move on. So, but again, I am seeing the effects of the food in my skin. I'm seeing the effects of the food in my body, the way that I feel. My energy levels were really low for the last couple days. I wasn't digesting my food the way I typically do. So it actually threw me off schedule, if you know what I mean. And so now what I'm trying to tell you is, again, that's how I think that that's what's affecting my hair, you know, like eating healthy is affecting the appearance of my hair. I'm eating all of the proteins that are required. So like, for example, quinoa is a complete protein. So I know that I have quinoa every single day and I probably have it twice a day, about a half a cup to a cup serving. I'm currently addicted to making quinoa bowls. So I use about half a cup to 1 cup as the base, kind of like a boil bowl, or like when you go to Chipotle and they have, you know, the big bowls. That's what I'm kind of addicted to doing. So I prepare the quinoa in advance. I use that as the base. I use grilled spinach and tomatoes. I'll put avocado. Yesterday I did shrimp. Most of the time I'll do salmon or tilapia. I haven't been eating chicken lately just because I just don't like it lately. But doesn't mean I don't eat chicken. I do eat it sometimes. But lately it's been all about salmon, all about tilapia. And if I don't have any meat protein, I'll just stick to the quinoa because it is a complete protein. And as you know, your hair is made up of protein. So that is one of the things that I think is helping is just making sure that I'm eating right, that I'm drinking my water, that I'm doing my exercise, that I'm managing my stress, and just not making myself into a victim, like saying, well, that's just my life. Like, I'm like, no, that's not just my life. There's a lot of things I can do to change. And just ask, like I said yesterday, ask your brain the question, how can I change this? Get a pen and paper, write it down. And your brain is a computer. It's a supercomputer. It will come up with answers if you just give it a chance to answer your questions. And once you do this for yourself, I promise it's so lovely because you have all this peace. And that's what I currently have right now, is a lot of peace. And I feel like, except for this week with the food that I had, I feel like I'm really reaping the benefits of having that inner peace. So what else can I tell you about my healthy hair? I told you guys I don't really style it very much. I keep it mostly either in a braid, sometimes in this ponytail, although this is not good for your hair either because the weight of the hair is pulling on the follicles, especially here in the front part of my hairline, and that can cause some little bald spots. So usually I just leave my hair down or in a low and loose braid, which is what I did yesterday. And that's it. No hair dyeing, no trimming. If I could create a logo, or what is that word that I'm looking for? Like just like a one sentence expression on how to grow your hair, it would be leave it alone. Leave it alone. Don't do anything to it. Wait a year before you cut it. Wait 2 to 3 years before you check the length. Don't use very much heat on it or low heat. Use a heat protectant. Don't wash it very often. Just leave it alone. It'll grow. If you're dyeing it blonde or you're lightening it, stop. Stop, because then you're gonna have to, it's not that it makes your hair stop growing. Dyeing your hair light doesn't, I don't think it does. It's not that, because I did dye my hair light a few times and it did grow. But the problem, oops, wrong one. The problem is not that it's not growing, it's that you're damaging more of the hair. So you have to trim it, you know, because it's like dry. So you got to cut off those parts. Whereas what I'm suggesting is that you preserve the hair. You preserve it and you keep it healthy as it's growing so that you don't need those constant trims and cuts to cut off all the dead ends, the split ends. That's what I'm suggesting. So this little arm routine that I'm doing, I try to do it like twice a week for about 30 minutes. So what I do is I set my watch to strength training. Right now it's at 15 minutes, and then I try to do at least 30 minutes with this little routine. And part of it is actually doing push-ups, but my arms are kind of dead right now. I'm gonna try. But this is what I have my clients do if they can't do push-ups. I'm gonna show you right now. So depending, some clients like to start off with modified. So what I have them do is I have them go on their knees like this. And let's say they've never done a push-up in their life and they're just like, I can't push myself off the ground. Okay, so what I have them do is I have them lay down completely. And now like my chest is on the floor. From here, I'm gonna use my hands to push myself up, and I'm gonna push myself up to my knees here, okay? Now, one of the things that I tell them not to do is when they push themselves up to their knees, that they don't sink their belly. So make sure your abdomen is engaged and push yourself up. I'm gonna show you guys what sinking your belly looks like. See that? My belly's still on the ground almost. So it's gonna be more like a plank, pushing yourself up here, okay? From there, depending on how strong they feel, they're gonna push up to their knee and then push up to their toes. So you're in a plank, plank, and then back to the knees, back to laying down completely on your chest. Knees, toes, plank, knees, chest. And then just keep doing that until you get better at it. Once you get better, then you can start doing like a regular push-up. But for me today, my arms are pretty sore. This is my second arm workout of the week. I'm gonna lay down completely and just push up to my knees. I'm only gonna do 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. And why are push-ups good? Let me tell you a little bit about why. You are using your body weight and you're basically toning this whole back part of your arms. You're working this part right here. It's like I have a flab of skin. Like when I just have my body like this, you can see it's like a little flab right here. And when I gain weight, that little flab, it like fills up like a little balloon. So what I try to do is kind of like keep that part toned so that when I flex, there's like that smooth line. Push-ups are really good for that. They're good for toning. I collect a lot of fat back here, body fat here, and it's really good at not reducing the fat, but as you're getting stronger, like toning that back part of your arm. Whew. I'm getting sweaty. What's my heart rate at? Oh, well now it's 125. I'm sure it was a little higher before. All right, last one of these. So yeah, guys, I mean, that's like my summary for my hair. And I hate that it's always the same advice for everything. You want to be happy? Eat healthy, exercise, drink water, go outside, get rid of your stress. You want to improve your marriage? Eat healthy, go outside, drink water, exercise. You want to have a better body? Exercise, eat healthy. It's like always the same advice, but it's true, you know. You want to feel young? Exercise, go outside, drink some water, eat whole foods. Stay away from prepackaged foods. Hold on. And I guess the only thing that is not related to those similar basic advice is with your hair is leave it alone. Don't brush it hard, you know. Be very gentle. Treat it like silk. Speaking of silk, some people swear by silk pillows, right? They say those are really good for your skin, your face, especially if you're a face sleeper like I am. I'm a face sleeper, which is why I have like these little wrinkles, because I sleep like this. So I have these right here. But they say silk pillows are really good for your hair. I'm sure that is true. The other thing I have is those turbans that are made specifically for the hair for when you're drying it. I don't use a towel. I use that, and it's like a jersey knit kind of. I know some women also do t-shirts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I know some people do t-shirts to dry their hair. Whew. But yeah, does anyone have any questions about any of the advice that I've said about hair, or any questions about workouts? If you don't know, I'm actually a certified personal trainer now. I got certified about a year ago, year and a half ago, a year ago. And I got certified twice, actually, 3 times I got certified. The first time I got certified as a beginner level, the second time was master level, and then the third time I got certified through the National Federation of Personal Trainers, or the NFPT. So now what I've been doing is I've been training all of my clients online, If not, I have been holding an accountability program. So I basically keep all my clients accountable for what they're eating, whether or not they're doing their exercise, whether or not they're doing their cardio, what the intensity of their cardio is, or the intensity of their resistance training workouts. If I feel like they're not going to their full intensity, I will train them one-to-one, kind of like how I'm seeing you right now. How do you improve the shape of your butt? I have a small indent in the lower bottom that I can't fill. Is it like right here? Right there? Okay, okay. So that happens when you go on really like extreme diets. Extreme diets are going to cause a lot of like on the scale, the number's gonna be small, but your skin is not gonna be supple. There's gonna be a lot of sagging, a lot of loose spots, more loose skin. So yeah, so that happens to a lot of women. That's why a lot of my clients, when they come to me and they're like, what do you think about keto? I'm like, keto is great. It's great for weight loss. It's great for fat loss. It's great for so many benefits. But if you don't know what you're doing and you're just cutting out carbs, you're going to have the look of saggy skin. Carbohydrates, complex carbohydrates are actually what gives you like that soft, like the buoyancy. Do you see how there's like buoyancy in my skin? Like there's nothing that's really like saggy. Everything looks nice and firm. That comes from eating carbohydrates. Complex carbohydrates would be sweet potatoes, quinoa, regular potatoes, anything that is whole. Those are your carbohydrates that you want to be eating, okay? It's so true, we just don't do it. Yes. So you got to be eating a certain number of carbohydrates per day, okay? If you're excluding them so that the scale goes down, and I'm pointing at my scale, that's why I'm going like this, but if you're excluding carbohydrates so that your numbers go down, well, yeah, your numbers are going to go down, but so is the buoyancy in your skin. You see, you want your skin to look shiny, to look toned, to look healthy, and that comes from nutrition. So that's the first thing. The saggy skin, think of it like, let's say like this is your muscle and this is your skin, okay? If you're gonna have loose skin, okay, it's gonna look like that on you, right? And that's where the indentations come from. It's like just like a curtain laying on your muscle. But if you want the skin to be on your muscle and it's like nice and toned and smooth, that's where your nutrition comes in. The water that you're drinking, the foods that you're eating. Make sure all your macros are correct. Your protein, your carbohydrates, your good fats. All those things have to be in order. So that's the first thing. I'm on keto. I just don't have any self-control. If I good carbs in my diet. Yeah. Keto is, I mean, it's good. Anybody who's on keto, there's no doubt they're going to lose fat. Oh, include. Okay, yeah, I got you. There's no doubt if you're on keto, you're going to lose body fat. Like you're going to lose weight. You're going to, go into ketosis. You're going to, everything that science proves. So I'm not trying to say keto is bad. I'm just saying that if you don't know exactly how to do it and you're just cutting out carbs, it's going to appear like everything you eat shows on you. That's why I tell my clients, if I'm holding you accountable for what you're eating, and then every week I check in with you and I see your pictures, I see your progress, everything you tell me that is a lie is going to show on your body. Like you can look at someone and say, oh, that person eats healthy. And you can look at a person and say, oh, there's some nutrition missing. So the saggy skin and all of that comes from a lack of nutrition, extreme dieting, like going for long periods without eating or not eating enough calories in the day. So the other thing is so the first thing is you want to improve that, like the analogy that I used of the curtain or the blanket, you want to improve the tone of that. The second thing is underneath that, you want to improve, this is what I use to represent the muscle. You want to improve this. So that would be, if you want, it would be focusing on glute exercises. Squats, of course, yes, that is one of them, but also thrusting, that really contracts the glute. Deadlifts, lunges, and overall, it's a matter of not giving up. Because if you follow people who, you know, grow their glutes online, it's discouraging because they post and then like the next time you see them, for them it's been like 2 months, but for you, you feel like you just saw them last week. And so you see their major growth and you're just like, oh, I've been doing this and I don't have what they have, but you don't know what their lifestyle is. So you have to really kind of like compare yourself to you. So that's why I have my clients take their progress photos and I have them compare their progress photos to themselves. Like, look at how far you have come. We've been on this for 2 weeks and this is what I can see in your body. I can see that you're losing weight. I see your waistline is smaller. I see your, you know, your skin looks a little smoother. You had a little cellulite here. I see it's starting to diminish. So let's compare it to your other photo and see how it looks. And it's like, oh yeah, you know, we're right. Like here it is, you can see it. So yeah, so improve the tone of your muscle, which is underneath the skin. Make sure you're eating enough carbohydrates, enough fat, enough protein, because the fat is the fatty layer. Like this mushiness here that I have is fat. There's muscle underneath there, of course, but it's fat, okay? And that's what gives me kind of like that feminine, soft appearance, okay? So that also goes for here. This is all fat. So if you want this to look nice and smooth and firm, you got to make sure you're eating your healthy fats, that you're drinking your water, reduce your sodium, get your sleep, go out for your walks, exercise, the same cycle I've been saying over and over. Manage your stress, drink your water, you know, it's like the same advice over and over, but yeah. And then improve your, you know, do your strength training. So if you don't have any weights, one of the things that I have my clients do is what is called time under tension. So like, for example, instead of doing up, down, okay, this, because you don't have any weights, you're going to go up, halfway up, and go right back down. Halfway up, right back down. And what that does is you're constantly putting tension and pressure on that glute. And so this is going to cause you to stress out your glutes. Now, as you start to get tired, your body is going to want to do this, right? Because it's like, oh, let's take the weight off the glute. That way it's more like this, and then the glute is not working as hard. So what you have to do is always make sure you're parallel this way and put all your weight into your glutes. Push it back and go down. Up, down, up, down, okay? Be patient. Over time, you will get a little bit of that indentation going away. Take a picture of it the first day, check it 30 days later. Make sure you're working on it at least 3 times a week. Make sure you're eating the right nutrition, and you'll see a difference. But it's important to take the pictures. Don't weigh yourself on the scale anymore. Take pictures. Measuring tape. That's what really makes a huge difference. All my clients, I'm like, I do weigh them in, but I tell them don't count the number daily. Count the number from the first day and then 30 days later. That's what really matters. All the up and down in between, don't worry about that. Actually, right now, I'm gonna tell you guys, I think I weigh about 140 pounds. I'm like 5'4", I think. And when I was really what I consider to be skinny, I was about 125 pounds at my skinniest. But at that, being skinny, I was also I had a lot of cellulite right in the back of my legs here. I still do, but it was really bad. My stomach was very bloated. I had really bad acne. My arms were not, even though I don't have a lot of tone in my arms were definitely not this toned. Like this is still pretty good considering that I have a good layer of fat. And so I know that weighing more now, I had to like really program my mind. Weighing more does not mean I look better. Weighing more does not mean I look better. It's all about like taking those pictures and checking to see what do you like about yourself, and like compare yourself to you. Like, don't compare yourself to any of the girls that you see online, because you don't know like how that person got to where they are. And you don't know what's going on with them emotionally, psychologically. You don't know what kind of resources they have to do what they're doing. So just always try to like take your vessel and like look at it and be like, okay, like for example, for me, I'm never going to have small hips because my hip bones are here. So like no matter what I do, I'm always going to be wide. I'm never going to be tiny petite. Like I'm never going to be that because it's just not structurally possible. But what I can do is I can improve the tone of my shoulders. I can improve a little bit of the tone in my tummy. I can improve the tone of my glutes. Like I don't have giant Brazilian butt lift booty, but I can definitely make it like pop a little bit more naturally. I can improve the tone in my quads. I don't have calves. I've always had really skinny legs, but I can definitely make a little baby calf right there. And yeah, and it still looks good. You know, that's kind of like what I want you guys doing for yourselves. Finding what's nice about your body and then figuring out how you can improve it that will make you feel good. And side note, I am all for plastic surgery. Like if Brazilian butt lift, liposuction, breast implants, whatever makes you happy and you think that it would improve your life, please, I'm all for it. I don't ever feel like anyone should do things. If you hear me using the word natural for myself, that's just me. That's me for myself. Because like I tell all my friends, if I had the money or if I had, you know, the resources to get things done, you better believe I would get stuff done. I would definitely go and get like, oh, I want a little bit of this taken out and maybe put it like right here and maybe like lift this, you know, of course. Like I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I wouldn't do it. I would. And because I know I feel that way inside, and I know that there are people out there who feel the same way but are maybe ashamed to admit it, or maybe they've been programmed through their family, religion, their friends, or anything to feel ashamed for wanting that. I just want you to know that I think that it's okay, and that if you want to do it, I give you permission to give yourself permission to do it. Hi, Chastity. Thank you for the love. You know? So yeah, so I did my quick little arm routine. I didn't really do a lot. I did a little bit, but I'll do some more later. I have my weights here all the time. I have like here, I have these adjustable ones. Let me try to get one of these out so I could show you. So these are like the weights that I use sometimes. And I'll do my little workout later. But I just wanted to come in and say hi, talk to you guys about how I keep my hair healthy and shiny, show you guys a little bit of my upper body workout. It wasn't very much, but if you're doing this on your own, you saw how simple the exercises were, and you can set your timer for 5, 10, or what I did, which was supposed to be 30 minutes, and just push it until your heart rate goes up, until you get sweaty. And if you want to join my accountability program, you can send me a message on, you can send it to me on Instagram, or if you want to Facebook, you can send me a message there. I think can you send DMs here on YouTube? I haven't checked for that yet. If you can send me a DM here. And other than that, I think those are the only ways you can contact me. And I do check all of my messages. I do respond to all of the messages. And so the accountability program is for 30 days. I keep track of, I give you a meal plan. So I tell you how many carbohydrates you should be eating based on your goals, how much protein you should be eating, how much fat you should be eating. I give you a meal plan and I tell you like how to eat. From there, you build on that. Like you say, for example, hey, you know what, today I want to eat burritos, or today I want to eat tacos, or today I want to eat this or that. Then you take the information that I gave you, the macros, which is the fat, the carbohydrates, all of that, and then you build your own meal based on that. I also tell you how many calories you should eat in a day and where you should be to be in a deficit so that you lose the weight. And then I go with my clients to their grocery store trips. So if they want to go to the grocery store and they're like, I don't know if I should buy this bread, it says keto on it, or if I should buy this bread, it's not keto, like which one should I buy? Then I'm with them there and I check the nutrition labels with them and I tell them, oh, you should get this one. This one's better because da 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 da. So I educate them on how to shop for groceries. And I also offer suggestions. So like there's people on there who are like, I drink coffee every day. This is the creamer that I use. What do you think? And I'm like, well, this creamer is pretty good for you, but why don't you try this one? This one has better nutrients, better for your skin, has collagen, has this, has that, and you'll see an improvement in your body. And so things like that. And then for those who want personal training, which is exactly what you guys are seeing right now, where you guys can see me and you guys can see all my equipment, and I'm just like telling you what to do. I can see, I have a little window here where I'll be able to see you. And I'm like, okay, do your jumping jacks. Okay, do your push-ups. Okay, and if you have equipment, I'll tell you, pick that up, do this with it, lift it up here, you know, and it's just like guiding you, just like personal training that you would have at the gym. So I hope that this video was informative as far as teaching you guys how I keep my hair healthy and long. And if you guys have any questions, you can send me a direct message. It's always lovely to have you guys here. Thank you so much for being with me during the live. And if you're seeing this after the live is over, then I will say hello to you through your through the comments. Your skin is beautiful. You look about 28 years old. Well, thank you. I try so hard. I know I'm aging and that's okay. I accept myself that way, but at the same time, I'm not gonna let that be a reason to let go. Okay, you guys, take care and have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for being here with me. It makes me so happy. Bye.